Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We are talking about a jewelry scam today that our friend Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau brought to my attention. And we're going to show you the site in just a minute, but it looks very legit. And it even has different accolades at the bottom from Elle Magazine, Cosmopolitan saying this is a great site, see what you can get. So do not judge a book by its cover. So here is Josh Planos from the Better Business Bureau to tell us a little bit more about this specific scam. And Josh, one Nebraskan actually already fell for this, it sounds like.
Yeah, Jacqueline, a Nebraskan fell for what amounts to a social media scam where they were promised a free jewelry ambassador program that they could participate in just by paying shipping. But as soon as the jewelry arrived, they were hit with a sudden or hidden subscription that they couldn't cancel. And the jewelry, which looks wonderful on the website, it fell apart almost immediately. So not as wonderful once it gets into your home. The customer service at this company didn't respond, and the customer was left with no choice but to remove their payment information to stop the charges for now. They did lose $70 in the process, and I hope that viewers can see this website because it really does pass the smell test, which we talk about so regularly. It's slidejewels.com.
Right.
There's even a tab at the bottom where you can join the community. There's a button that says Ambassador Program. However,
Josh, I'm going to head over there right now. Sorry to interrupt, but you're right. This site, you've got to see it. So let's head there. Here we go. Take a look. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you've got a carousel, right? You've got this a fantastic video. As you mentioned, Jacqueline, there are all these testimonials for these large companies that Slide Jewels has allegedly been involved with, companies that many consumers identify with, many consumers know. And then all the way at the bottom, there is a button that says Ambassador Program. However, if you click Ambassador Program, it will bring you to a slide that just says New Ambassador Program. That's all it says. It's just a text box that says New Ambassador Program, which doesn't exactly suggest that this is a fleshed out program or a program that you would want to sign up for.
Yeah, this actually says, how can I know this is not a scam? Right?
Yes.
So our brand has been featured in Elle and Cosmopolitan. Additionally, we have over 300,000 Instagram followers. So, again, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, and scammers are really good at knowing what people, especially 2025 consumers, are looking for on a site, right? So they probably want some interactive components. I believe there are some social media icons at the bottom of the screen. There's all of the payment methods that they allegedly take. It does look like it passes the smell test, but there's also a lot of things that are broken about this site, which would lead people to maybe tread a little bit more carefully with providing, their personal and their payment information. But this is something to be on the lookout for because this isn't something unique to this Nebraskan. Chances are, if they've got a huge social media following, that they've gotten in front of a lot of the people that they wanted to get in front of. So,
Yeah, my goodness.
you want to make sure that every time you provide your personal and your payment information online, you are making a calculated risk. And you just want to make sure that that risk is worthwhile. And I would guess that hopefully after hearing this experience, people feel like maybe this is one to stay clear of.
Oh, sure. And, if you're going to take that risk, we always talk about using credit cards versus debit cards because once that money's out of your debit account, it's gone, right? It's not coming back.
It is, and that's really the hope here, right? Is that this person did use a credit card, and so typically what is likely the case is that this person's going through the experience of the waiting game, where you wait for the credit card company to get back to you, and hopefully, in the next week there's a holiday gift that arrives in the form of that email notification that all is well, and you're going to recoup all $70 that you paid for this account. But you really you never know. There's really not a guarantee. And one thing I also want to caution Jacqueline is, in this case, there was allegedly a free plus shipping. And that was kind of the proposal. And free plus shipping is really never free. If you're only paying shipping costs that seem unusually high, you're likely paying full price for a cheap product. And this is a really easy way to bring something that is not a fantastic product into the homes of many, many people, is to tell them that there is a free component to it when the shipping is likely upcharged, and the product is likely not something you want to have in your home at all.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, if you're paying for something, that's not necessarily free either, right? So if you're paying $70 for shipping and then you get free jewelry, yeah, that jewelry is you're probably footing the bill for the entire piece, I would argue.
Without a doubt. And it's also hopefully a reminder to read the fine print carefully.
Right.
Because when you words like free trial and ambassador, you kind of assume that everything's going to go exactly according to plan. And this is going to be a fantastic deal, but it also typically those offers hide automatic subscription charges in the terms and conditions. And I don't even I can't recall if this site even has a terms and conditions, but those automatic subscription charges are a real pain in the butt to try to cancel and get out of once you've, in some cases, even inadvertently agreed to be on their list. So tread carefully anytime that there's a subscription fee, because those are intentionally challenging to get out of.
Yeah, good call there for sure. Always appreciate you coming on with us at the Alert Center to talk about this First Alert 6 Scam School with us today, especially during the holidays, right? I mean, jewelry for a loved one, and you're like, hey, this isn't that bad of a deal. I can show off some new bling, or, buy it for somebody, else who is looking for maybe a statement piece, so to speak. But yeah, you really have to be careful out there, my goodness. So thanks for the tips, Josh.
I would say that, Jacqueline, there's going to be a lot of people on their phones for a lot of the time in the coming weeks. And so you want to make sure that if somebody contacts you out of the blue, you're at least treading carefully with what it is that they're selling you, because make no mistake about it, an ambassador program is a sales pitch. So make sure it's deserving of your time and consideration before you proceed.
Yeah, good call, Josh. Anything else that you wanted to add this afternoon, or does that pretty much cover it?
I would say that there's a lot of folks looking for quality brands these days, right? You want to make sure that you're getting the highest quality product. Quality brands don't fall apart instantly. So in this case, right, you've got a promotional product that might be a low price, but it's also extremely low quality. So there's a saying, right? You get what you pay for.
Right.
Make sure that you're considering what is a good amount of money to pay for a product, and not just jumping at kind of an underinflated price as this person ultimately did.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I would be upset if I got a flimsy piece of jewelry for that I paid $70 for shipping, right? It would be like, oh, it's falling out of my hands. And, I wouldn't think, for me personally, that would be a $70 well spent. I'll say that, just to reiterate your point. So, yeah.
Not exactly a great gift for a special someone.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thanks so much for the tips for this First Alert 6 Scam School. We appreciate your time, Josh. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Jacqueline. Take care.
You too. All right, so we just heard from our Josh Planos. In the meantime, I'm going to head over to our website, firstalert6.com. These are the stories that we're working on right now. And we're going to cheat. I already opened the weather tab for you. Here's Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord's First Alert 6 forecast. The warmest day of a warm week. Look at this. Okay, so current conditions out there, 38 degrees. So slowly increasing clouds out there. The high today, though, warmest of the week, we're looking at 54 degrees, which is just unbelievable, right? So the sun is a shining. Don't look directly at your monitor, but here's the Southwest First National camera looking up at the sun there in the sky. A whopping 54 degrees in December. I love it. December 16th. My goodness. So we've all waited for this moment. Here it is. Hopefully it lasts. And hopefully you get outside today. Take advantage of the beautiful conditions. So here's a live look from our Northeast First National camera at the Kiewit Luminarium for you, and some of that ice there on the Missouri River. But yeah, it's just going to be a gorgeous day. Wonderful day to maybe go for a walk, a bike ride. It seems like most of the snow is melted out there, so take advantage of it, to say the least. Let's take a live look now at 144th and Dodge. Traffic flowing smoothly out there, some cars on the road, and it doesn't appear that there's any snow in this image, so good news there. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 28. Wednesday, increasing clouds and breezy, a high of 53, so that's pretty impressive. Then Wednesday evening, a 70% chance of showers after 10 o'clock at night. Thursday, partly cloudy and windy, a 20% chance of evening snow showers, and the high is going to be 42 early in the morning on Thursday, and then kind of falls from there. So you want to take advantage of today. Trust me, today is the day to get out, go for a walk, enjoy that sunshine, etc. Now, in the meantime, we are diligently working on a bunch of stories for you. You can reach those on our website, firstalert6.com. Shout out to our digital team, woot woot. And we will have all the important ones for you available on our 3 p.m. broadcast with our Dave Zabelinski. So, again, here it is. Don't let it pass you by. In the 50s, in December, let's do this. Enjoy your day. Get outside. We'll see you later.